It's now time for the morning show on XL7-TV.
Welcome to the morning show on XL7-TV. I'm David Stroud here with Scooter Scott Callies.
Whoop, whoop.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing real good. I'm loving the crisp weather and putting on a pullover. It's beautiful.
It wasn't as cold this morning.
Not really.
I mean, I'm in a short sleeve.
Yeah.
Yesterday I had a kind of longer
And it's
sleeve.
kind of warm in here for it, but...
Yeah, the AC's on, but...
It is?
Yeah, I never turned the heat on.
It's getting closer, though.
I turned it on the other day. I came in, it was like 50 degrees in here. I'm like, okay, I'm turning some heat on.
A little too cool.
But I'm with you. I like the cooler weather in the morning.
Yeah.
It's still good camping weather. People want to go camping. But to me, this is my camping weather.
Right.
You bundle up.
Mm-hmm. Got the fire at night.
I'd sleep great.
Yeah.
Sleep like a baby.
Definitely. I think 1 or 2 more Sundays and I can finally camp in the tiny camper.
1 or 2?
Yeah, probably 2.
2.
Yeah, it's almost done.
I'm excited.
We
got to go out there
montage.
and we got to do a video montage.
I'm going to do a video montage of
We've
it.
been talking about it and showing some pictures, and it's pretty neat. It'd be pretty cool when you get all said and done and know that you built your own camper.
I know, right?
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Take a lot of pride in that.
If it falls apart, it's all my fault.
It's a tiny camper, so it looks more like an outhouse on wheels.
Yeah,
but
kind of.
Maybe a little bigger.
Thanks. I appreciate that. Except for there's
your
no
wife's
bathroom
going to
in it.
love that comment.
Yeah, definitely. How's your week been going? I know it's only been since Tuesday, but...
It's been a busy week. I had a lot going on this week.
Like?
Well, just a lot of work stuff.
Yeah.
But it's been going good. I mean, been getting a lot done, and been a good week.
Just 2.
I can't complain.
Yeah, very busy.
How are things at
It's doing
Blue
real
Compass
well.
RV?
Doing real well. We're on pace to smash our last year's number of 21. And
awesome.
What is it, the 19th? And let's see, we're on pace for probably 30. So, yeah.
I thought it was pretty cool because I went over to when you guys were doing your big ribbon cutting, grand opening, and listened to some of your big wigs that came down and spoke, and how much that it is customer oriented.
Right.
Everything they do is customer oriented. How can we make the experience better? How can we make the grading them better? It's just every step.
Yeah.
I thought that was pretty cool.
That is the Blue Compass way. I really enjoy working for them. You know, sometimes they make some changes you wonder about, but then you see the benefit of it. You know, I'm not always right, as you know.
But when I'm wrong, you refer back to rule number 1. I'm always right now.
Right. All right. Shall we start the
Let's
show?
go. We got some guests waiting on us.
All right. The morning prayer brought to you by Ozark Farm. No, sorry. Hospice of the Ozarks. You keep changing them on me. Hospice of the Ozarks. Since 1979, they believe that every individual is unique, special, and worthy of quality end-of-life care. Hospice matters. The end of life deserves as much beauty, care, and respect as the beginning. Still a nonprofit 501c3, there has never been a charge for a patient or their families for hospice care, and this commitment remains as a part of their mission. Let's pause now for the morning prayer. Dear Lord, I'm very thankful for everything that you've given us. Everybody in this community really helps out, comes together, and I wish that would spread across this country. Hope that you can touch the shoulders of those that just can't seem to agree on anything and bring them together. Especially in our elected leaders right now, not being able to come together and work across the aisle. If you could, touch them on the shoulder, bring them together, that would be great. Please watch over those that are homeless, those that are hungry, those that are trying to find a better way to live their life. And as always, watch over our children, our first responders, and our military, those that put themselves in harm's way for our freedom. In this I pray, amen.
Amen.
Hospice of the Ozarks. They also do respite care if you're taking care of a loved one and you need kind of a break, because you do need that time away to recharge, don't you, Scooter?
Yes, you got to take care of yourself first. There's no doubt. And trying to take care of somebody else can be a little draining. A lot of people don't realize how much it takes out of them. And every now and then you just need a chance to breathe.
Definitely. Give them a call at 870-508-1200, Hospice of the Ozarks. With that, we'll take a short break for Bob and Linda Zadora of the Z-Team.
Be right back with the weather.
All right.
Oh, honey, we've had such a wonderful vacation here in the Ozarks. I really hate to go home.
I know. The lakes, the rivers, they've all been great for fishing. Oh, and the boating and the swimming.
And the people are so nice in the stores and restaurants.
Let's call an agent and see if we can make Mountain Home our new home.
Call the Z-Team, 870-405-0793. Century 21 Lemac Realty, 1024 Highway 62 East Mountain Home.
870-405-0793. Hello, Z-Team?
Welcome back to the morning show on XL7-TV. The Z-Team, Bob and Linda Zadora, if you're looking to buy or sell a home. Commitment to excellence, that's what I say about them. They're all about customer service. They're not going to just list and leave you. They're from start to finish. They're going to make sure all the I's are dotted, the T's are crossed, and I can't say enough good things about them.
And to them, it's a lot like I was talking about you guys. It's based on customer service, and if you look at their customer service ranking, it's one of the highest you will find around. I mean, they truly want to do what's best for you, and not just sell a home.
Exactly.
They're great people. They do a lot in the community. So even if you have questions of what's going on in the community, give them a call.
Yeah, it's like we always say when they're at the grocery store, they want you to come up and say, "That's my realtor," and say hi to them, and yeah.
That's important.
That's it. It's very important. Let's take a look at the White River, brought to you by the Z-Team, Bob and Linda Zadora.
There won't be much looking at the White River this morning. It is fogged over.
Was it foggy yesterday with Bob?
Yeah. It was.
All right. I guess you have to show him the picture.
Well, I've got one here's a screenshot I took of one morning.
Oh, okay. Beautiful.
That's the same picture of what you're looking at. It's just fogged over. Can you see it?
This is Cotter, Arkansas, the horseshoe bend of the White River, brought to you by Bob and Linda Zadora, and we have their cameras on the back of their house. They have that on their website at retiredarkansas.net. And Scooter is the one that put those up. They're really awesome.
There's actually two cameras. This one here that stays wide, and you can see all of Cotter. And if you look in the distance, we actually have one that shows where everything's at. Let me bring that up. That's during the day. It shows the bridge and shows where the mountain home is sitting. It's just a beautiful, beautiful shot. And then there's a second camera that moves around and goes to different locations. And it's pretty cool because there's like 15 different spots that it goes to. I'll switch over. Here's a screenshot we took of one of the shots of it, zoomed into the bridge and the water, and it's just pretty.
Yeah.
I like it.
Definitely. You should check it out, retiredarkansas.net, and if a lightning storm is coming through, that's when it's the most.
Oh, it's cool.
Yeah, very, very cool.
You can see it light up across the sky.
Yeah.
Pretty neat to watch.
Yeah. You got to remember it, though, because one day a storm came through, and I finally remembered to go to it. I kept telling everybody to go to it, and I hadn't yet, and it was really cool. But if you're looking to buy or sell a home, give Bob and Linda Zadora a call at 870-405-0793. You can find all of their listings, the MLS listings, on their website at retiredarkansas.net, and a plethora of information about the Ozarks. So maybe you are visiting, you'd like to know more. And they've taken a lot of time and put a lot of information on that website. So let's take a look at the weather, brought to you by Bob and Linda Zadora. I'm going to press play here because I always forget, and you have to point it out, right?
There you go.
There we go. Mountain Home at 53, Harrison at 60, Batesville at 64, Yellville at 56, Marshall at 52, Salem at 56, Mountain View at 52, Calico Rock at 53, West Plains, Missouri at 56, Springfield at 54, Popular Bluff at 55, and St. Louis at 59. I'd say the 50s and 60s are here to stay in the morning, isn't it?
Yep, at least for a little while.
Yeah, National Weather Radar. Not a lot of activity going across the United States, but from Mississippi all the way up to the Great Lakes, it looks like there's something that could, it doesn't
just
really
kind
look
of a
like
skinny band.
Yeah, a little band, but it doesn't look like anything really terrible, just some light precipitation. Arkansas and Missouri look pretty good. We'll let it roll back around here. It looks like it starts in the southern part of Arkansas. You get a little bit up in Tennessee and Mississippi. You can see a little bit of yellow and red in there. But our neck of the woods looks like it's going to be clear. Maybe a little cloud cover. I don't know.
And then the computer wants to go to sleep.
There we go. Watches and warnings. across the United States. It doesn't look like really anything. A heat advisory still in California. They can keep it though, right, Scooter?
Yes, they can have that.
It looks like we got special weather statements up in the north central part of the United States. But Arkansas and Missouri is in the clear. 7-day forecast. Today, sunny, high of 72. Tonight, mostly clear, low of 50. Friday, sunny, high of 73. Friday night, clear, low of 52. Saturday, sunny, high of 75. Saturday night, partly cloudy, low of 47. Sunday, mostly sunny, high of 68. Sunday night, partly cloudy, low of 49. And Monday, mostly sunny, high of 72. Man, that looks amazing. Pollen count today. Please hold. Tree pollen is none, grass pollen is none, and ragweed is low.
Starting to come down.
You mean I'm not going to have to take allergy pills
People
soon?
are going to start being able to breathe again.
I know, right? I can't believe I'm taking these pills this late into the season now.
Spring gets me, but the fall doesn't bother me at all.
It seems it's spring through fall for me now. It used to not be fall. Norfolk Lake water level is at 553.28. Level is 1.28 feet above full pool. They're shut down. Bull Shoals Lake water level is 654.45. Level is 4.55 feet above full pool. And buddy, they're at 6. I can't believe they're generating that many.
Yeah, they've been pumping a lot of water.
Yeah. Has there been some surprise rain I didn't know about?
Maybe they're worried about something coming. I don't know.
Quite possibly. That is a look at your weather, brought to you by Bob and Linda Zadora of the Z Team. Give them a call, 870-405-0793. If you're looking to buy or sell a home, or maybe you just want some information about the area.
Yep. They'll take care of you either way.
Definitely. We're going to go ahead and take a short break, and we're going to come back with community news brought to you by Ozark Farm and Lawn. How about that?
There you go.
We'll
be right back.
Mow, dig, haul. The L-Series compact tractor offers ultimate versatility, along with a great ownership experience and service that only a local Kubota dealer can deliver. The #1 selling compact tractor in Arkansas, and built-in quality and reliability for a great price. Talk to your local Kubota dealer today. Get the L-Series tractor for 0 down, 0% APR for 84 months.
For all your Kubota needs, visit Ozark's Farm and Lawn in Mountain Home.
Welcome back to the morning show on XL7-TV. This part of community news is brought to you by Ozark's Farm and Lawn, the dealership that deals. You got a tractor? You got two?
Yeah, I've got a big Kubota M9000, big old tractor.
Yeah.
I actually just went in there and bought a bunch. I was talking about this the other day because we were talking about their prices and stuff. Because I bought I had to change hydraulic fluid, and it takes 3 5-gallon buckets. 3 5-gallon buckets, plus it's got 2 different filters, and they had a better price than anywhere I could find online.
Excellent.
And I didn't first time I didn't turn off my phone.
Yeah,
my pet peeve, and I got caught on it.
That's amazing though. Usually you go online and you
can find stuff cheaper a lot of times, but they have some of the best prices that I've found around. And They've got a full service center, and I mean a full service center. They got big bays that they can raise them up in the air, the big tractors, and get them taken care of. They've got a parts department that is huge. They got like a warehouse full of parts.
Excellent.
I've never had to have, and I know that there's certain specialty things, but every part I've ever needed when I went in there, they've had.
Very good. If you need parts service or a new tractor, go by Ozark's Farm and Lawn at 4423 Highway 62 West here in Mountain Home. You can give them a call at 870-425-3434. And in community news, this is a lot of fun. I was there for, I think, one night last year, the 71st Annual Mountain Home Lions Club Auction, November 13th through the 16th, from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. nightly. That's broadcast right here on XL7-TV. And they always have so much stuff donated. And like you said, on Tuesday, they bring in different guests to present the stuff, and so much fun. And
it's amazing. Stuff will go quick, and it's fun to go online and see everything and start bidding on stuff and listening to the announcers talk about it, and they have a great time. It is a fun auction.
Mm-hmm. I really enjoyed doing it. You can also listen on KTLO. They'll be broadcasting it Go online at lionsclubauction.com. You can call in 870-425-2266. And it's
really simple to build.
That.
If you go to that lionsclubauction.com, just say you need a bidder number, and you'll just put your information in. It'll generate you a thing, and you can start bidding and just it's a lot of fun.
Right.
You will have fun.
Just make sure make it unique, because if you have your name, like Scooter talked about, they'll bid it. They'll bid you up if they know who you are.
If they know I'm bidding on something, I will pay 3 times the cost of it. But it's a good thing. It's going to a good cause.
It is, very much so. The Arkansas Department of Veteran Affairs, the 2023 Women Veterans Summit is coming up November 4th. That's located at 1326 Rossi Road in Mountain Home. It'll be from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. You can join them for discussing the many facets of women's veterans' health, giveaways, and more. They're celebrating 75 years of women in veteran services. To RSVP to reserve a seat, you can call Holly Skoma at 870-404-6944 or email at holly.skoma@arkansas.gov. So that'll be good. And another trunk or treat. You know how much we enjoyed ours this last Saturday at the LC Salmon Juice Center. Well, if you missed it, Brick Oven Pizza will be having theirs on October 28th from 4 to 8 p.m. They'll have a bounce house, face painting, cupcakes and cookies, hot chocolate costume contest, raffles, and prize giveaways. So another chance to get candy. That's all your kids need if they did go Saturday,
fun
right?
Stuff.
Yeah. And I always like to, since the library's been in, they do so much. I mean, this thing is chock full of activities and programs that they have going on at all times. You need to go by and check out the Donald W. Reynolds Baxter County Library. They always have something going on. So there's too much to talk about on there. We better.
Now, do you have to mention the Cats for Kids?
Yes.
That we had that was coming up.
That's
going to probably be rescheduled. Well, it is being rescheduled till the spring.
Okay.
It was just kind of bad timing. With all the events going on and it being a little cooler, stuff like that, they weren't getting enough participation. But they're just going to move it back to the springtime and try to find a little better time for it.
Well, we'll just have to keep talking about it when
it
gets closer.
We will. He'll come back in. I know that's a big push for them, and it's great for the kids and stuff. So they will be doing it. It's just not going to be this time of year.
That's okay. It's understandable. If you're looking for other events or programs that are going on, you can go to enjoymountainhome.com, where you can find their calendar of events, and you can see here in the top right corner of each date what's going on. There's 5 events going on. Let's see, we're on the 19th. I better not go back to the 7th. So tomorrow there are 6 events. The 21st there's 9 events. You can click on each date and it'll bring it up. And let's just see, Bloody Murder, that's at Twin Lakes Playhouse. You can click on that to give you more information. I always like to show people the enjoymountainhome.com, the Mountain Home Chamber of Commerce website, because they do a very good job. It's very easy to navigate. And yeah, lots going on in our area. So if you want to know more, just go to enjoymountainhome.com. And with that,
all right, it's about time. I knew you couldn't make it on time. Yeah, there's no way.
You help with that.
You just talk.
We're going to go ahead and take a break, and we're going to come back and talk to Commander Vincent Adam Kahnke and Commanding Officer of the USS Arkansas and Command Master Chief Ross McClellan, Chief of the boat, and also Commander Allan Hale. He is the NJROTC teacher here at Mountain Home. We're going to talk all things NJROTC.
Be right back.
All right.
Have you ever noticed every time you wash your car, you end up wetter than the actual car? Next time, run down to Car Care and let the friendly staff put a smile on your face. Car Care of Mountain Home has a variety of services to clean your vehicle's needs, inside and out. From a simple wash and shine to their outstanding detailed services. Located 1525 Highway 62 East in Mountain Home. Stop by Car Care Mountain Home today, because driving a clean car always makes you feel good.
When you think about Hospice of the Ozarks, it's our desire that you think about finding a way to live your life to the fullest while living with a serious illness. If you ever need help and support, we provide a team of healthcare professionals and volunteers that will support your physical, emotional, and spiritual aspects of life while doing the same for your family and caregivers in the comfort of your own home or wherever you call home. When you think about Hospice of the Ozarks, we hope that you grant us permission to walk on the journey with you. Your not-for-profit option since 1979.
When you're out of town, make sure your pet is with someone who will love them as much as you do. At 201 Pet Salon and Resort, your pet is cared for just as they would be at home. 201 Pet Salon and Resort is the only all-suite climate-controlled and air-filtered boarding facility in the area with private and spacious rooms to keep your pet relaxed. And with over 3/4 of an acre of fenced play area, your pet will receive the proper exercise they deserve. 201 also offers professional grooming services. Your best friend is in good hands at 201 Pet Salon and Resort in Mountain Home.
All you've ever wanted was a place to write your story. You hear it's not the right time to buy or sell a house, but really, the best time is when it's right for you. The real estate markets, they change, they go up, they go down. One thing that doesn't change is where you want to be in your life. The professionals you team up with will make your story happen. The Z Team are the professionals you need to hire for your next chapter. So call the Z Team at 870-405-0793, Century 21 Lemac Realty, 1024 Highway 62 East, retiredtoarkansas.net.
Providing caring, compassionate services at an affordable price is our goal at Connor Family Funeral Home. Connor Family is a full-service funeral home that treats our friends and neighbors just like family, with a wide range of services and options to meet your family's needs and customs. We are the first on-site crematory in the area. Connor Family addresses all the details with no hidden fees, so you can rest assured that you are treated like family for a more personalized and worry-free service. That's Connor Family Funeral Home, where compassion and affordability meet, located in Mountain Home.
Jim Brown.
Welcome back to the morning show on XL7-TV. We're visiting with, and there's a few of them, so Commander Vincent Adam Kahnke. When I look at that, I went and found the info, and glad that was there because I had no idea how to say that last night. He's a commanding officer of the USS Arkansas. We're also visiting with Commander Allan Hale. He works here at our wonderful school. And Command Master Chief Ross McClellan. He's the chief of the boat. I always like to find out exactly who you are and how you came to be in the Navy. So we'll start with you, Adam. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, first off, good morning, gentlemen. Thanks for having us on your program. We're thrilled to be here and absolutely excited to be in Mountain Home. So I am the commanding officer of the future USS Arkansas, the submarine named after Arkansas. So it's SSN 800, the newest Virginia-class attack submarine. So I have been in the Navy since 1993, so going on about 30 years of naval service here. I enlisted as a submarine sonar tech out of my high school in Waseca, Minnesota. And, I guess the rest is history. I've been on about 5 submarines throughout my time.
Wow.
I have 6 kids. Been married for, almost as long as I've been in the Navy. So going on 29 years of marriage here.
Very good.
And enjoying my time in the submarine force. And we'd love to come here and tell you guys about what we're doing here. So
Definitely. I don't know how you balance being in the Navy and 6 kids.
Well, my wife has a lot to do with that,
Yeah,
of course. So.
Definitely. Very good. Allan, tell us a little bit about yourself.
I grew up in Lower Arkansas. Figured the Ozarks was better, so when I retired, I came back up here. But I was in ROTC in high school, and after college didn't work out so well the first time. I enlisted as a nuclear electrician, and then crossed over to the dark side in the officer world in 2009. 2008, whenever I graduated from Auburn University. I went through the Navy Seaman to Admiral 21 program, where they take enlisted sailors and transition them over to officers. Unlike Commander Kahnke, I decided to exit early, so at 21 years, I couldn't stick it out till 30. I had to get back to Arkansas, so I retired and just started ranching until the high school called and said, would you come teach our new cadets? And so I took that job. So that's why I'm here now as a senior naval science instructor at Mountain Home.
Very good. Very nice. And Command Master Chief Ross McClellan.
Yes, good morning. So I enlisted in the Navy back in 1997 from Arlington, Texas. I come from Chesapeake right now with my family, 6 kids. my wife Carrie.
Wow.
Oh yeah, it's been a minute.
I know.
My youngest, my 8-year-old daughter Elena, and then of course this I've been in the Navy for all that time. I've been on 7 boats, 6 deployments. This is my second crew I've got to be the chief of the boat of, and then we're just waiting to see where we go from here.
Very good. Now the NJROTC, it looks like, started back in 1993, so about the time you started. Tell us about the relationship between the Navy and NJROTC. How does it work, and what's it all about?
Yeah, so Commander Hale reached out to me first and foremost, and based on his extensive career in the submarine force, he noticed that there was a submarine named Arkansas and said, hey, how can we foster a relationship between this submarine and the NJROTC here in Mountain Home?
Absolutely, and there are bigger units in the state, that could have jumped on this, but their leadership is not submarine specific. And so being a submarine officer, I kind of had the inside scoop on that. So I reached out to the boat and Commander Kahnke and had them officially adopt us as their unit.
Very cool.
And so now we built that relationship to where now over the next 30 years, when they come to visit the state, we'll be their eyes and ears here in the state, and we'll set up their schedule, and we'll get to experience the namesake tour with them. And they're providing us the opportunity for my cadets to experience that as well. So they're providing that leadership, mentorship. I can call the captain and have him, interview my cadets if they're trying to get into an officer program or they're trying to get into the Navy, and he can provide that real world experience right now while it's happening
that's
for
awesome.
my cadets in high school. And so that's unique that they have that maybe other ROTC units don't have that kind of experience.
Yeah, that is really cool. Now the NJROTC, earlier you said ROTC. What's the difference between the two?
Well, ROTC is the Reserve Officer Training Corps. There's Army, the Air Force, Navy, Marine Corps. They all have ROTC programs. ROTC started in the colleges as a way to get college students into the officer realm of the military. Then they realized we could do this at the lower level, at the high schools, and start preparing the high school students, to fill those roles. However, the high school ROTC program is not a recruitment program. It's really a citizenship development program. So we're teaching these cadets to be better citizens in their community, to be better, stewards of Mountain Home. And if they want to join the military, then we foster that, and we help guide them to the right place.
Okay, but not necessary.
Not necessarily. Most of my cadets will never actually join the military. But the few that do want to, they have an advantage to being in the program. They can go in, they can enlist at a higher pay grade, they have a better shot at getting into the service academies, so on and so forth by being in the program. But most of them are just learning to be better human beings as being part of our program.
Yeah, and they're learning team building skills.
Absolutely.
I mean, that's a big part of it.
Can I go back to my story a little bit?
Sure
So when I wasn't the best high school student way back, in 1993. However, had some aptitude, and I didn't really know what I was going to do, but I followed a buddy of mine, and I enlisted and went to boot camp, and I've gotten so much out of the Navy in the 30 years that I've been part of it. So, I went to a submarine that was in the shipyard being built too for my first tour, which is what I'm facilitating now as a commanding officer. And looking back at that time, it's just been phenomenal for me. I learned so much about what I really wanted out of life. And, during that 3 years that I was on my initial submarine, I kind of learned that I wanted to go to college and pursue an engineering degree. And I really didn't have the technical background to do that, but the Navy helped me get from where I started to where I am now, and helped me go through I went through an officer program. I went through ROTC at the University of Minnesota, and I wouldn't have been able to go get an electrical engineering degree had I not gotten that, kind of boost from the Navy joining as enlisted. So it was a really great program, and there's a lot that the Navy can offer in that regard. Yeah. And then, 30 years later, I'm still doing it, still loving it, and I want to share kind of some of my experiences with kids and people here in Mountain Home about what the Navy has to offer.
That's awesome. That's really great that you guys are able to come. I wouldn't have expected the commanding officer and the chief of the boat to be in Mountain Home, Arkansas. I just, of a nuclear submarine, it just
Yeah, part of our Navy mission is community relations, and it is kind of rare for the submarine to leave the home port. We're in Newport News, Virginia, and it's a little bit of a long trip for us to come to Arkansas, but we're thrilled to be here. And we brought 10 of our sailors with us. Some of them are off. They're going to schools right now to kind of talk about what we do, and we're going to go join them here this afternoon and for the rest of the week, just sharing what we do with the local community. Can't wait to do that.
Definitely.
XL7, you won the lottery and being the first stop on this namesake tour.
Awesome.
The captain and his crew are going to be here for the next week in the state of Arkansas. We kicked it off this morning here at XL7. But like he said, the rest of his crew, there's 8 more of them that are here. They're divided up right now. They're going to the elementary schools. They're visiting the kindergarten and high-fiving the kids at the kindergarten and all the way through Nelson Wilkes and Hackler and Pinkston, and then we're going to the senior high at Dunbar, and then there'll be at an information session for the community at Dunbar at 1500 today. Everybody's invited and welcome to come out and shake the captain's hand, meet him at there. And they'll be at the junior high football game tonight. Cobb's going to flip the coin for the football game.
Very cool.
For the 9th grade game. And then tomorrow we're having our 30th anniversary since, like you said, it's been in existence, the ROTC unit, for 30 years. We're having a big celebration tomorrow afternoon at 1600, grilling burgers and dogs. And the captain and his crew will be there to shake hands with the community. All are welcome. My unit's going to put on a little exhibition with their rifle team, and they're going to adopt us in ceremonial fashion tomorrow. So it's going to be a great time. Community's welcome to come out and visit. And that's just the first stop.
Yeah.
Right. We have a whole week of things planned for the captain and his crew. Taking them to the Razorbacks game on Saturday. They're going to be recognized on the field of the Razorbacks game.
Wow.
That's awesome.
It is going to be quite the week.
On Monday, they're meeting the governor and secretary of state and touring the Capitol. We got stops at UALR, at the Razorback Museum in Little Rock, the USS Razorback submarine, where we'll meet with the veterans there. Then we are going to Jonesboro and then on to Memphis. And when we get to Memphis, they're going to meet the crew of the last USS Arkansas, which was a cruiser, and the captain's going to shake hands and bridge the gap between one USS Arkansas and the other. So we're excited about this week. If you reach out to me on Facebook or Hale at mhbombers.com, I'll get you a copy of the schedule. Anybody's welcome to join us wherever we go.
Okay. So this is the first submarine dubbed USS Arkansas. It was a cruiser before? You'd said?
Yes, this is the 5th ship to be named Arkansas.
But
it's the first submarine.
First submarine. Yep. Okay. Very nice.
Now there are a few different. There's the Razorback, as you guys just heard, the diesel submarine. So a couple, definitely relationships to Arkansas in the Navy's past. So
yeah.
That's
but
cool.
Are there any more in existence, diesel-powered subs, or are they pretty much?
Nope, all those are decommissioned.
They're all nuclear now.
All the submarines in the United States Navy now are nuclear powered.
Okay. So I would have figured, But is there some that you can tour? I think on the Gulf Coast there's a sub along with the battleship, right? I can't remember the name. Do you remember the name of the battleship and the?
There are a few different diesel submarines throughout the country that you can tour that are at different naval museums. Like one of them's the Intrepid Museum, has a submarine right next to it, and that goes way back to, I think, Regulus cruise missile launch diesel submarine, which is quite a difference from what we're building today.
Yeah,
but,
most definitely.
Yeah.
Earlier, before you came on, you were talking about that the USS Arkansas has been, the outer shell, I guess, has been completed. It's all welded together.
What you call pressure hull complete, which means the entire hull of the submarine has been welded into one piece, so that all the big parts had to be put inside already. Submarine was put together. The components of the reactor have been put together and placed into the submarine and tested, and now it's the rest of the time for delivery of the submarine, which is probably about 2 years out now, is just building the crew, training the crew, getting everybody ready for sea, building, testing the reactor, taking it critical for the first time, and developing all the sonar and fire control equipment and getting the boat ready for what we do best. So.
Very good. Let's see, it's 7:34. Let's go ahead and take our first break. We'll be back with more from the NJROTC and all these commanders, and yeah.
We'll be back with everybody.
Jim Brown Company keeps you cool when it's hot and warm when it's not. A trusted name in the mountain home community, Jim Brown Company provides timely heating and cooling installation and repairs. Our certified technicians incorporate new technology on every job to provide you with the most advanced services. At our metal fabrication shop, we handle projects big and small. We've created everything from commercial ducts to custom designs.
I'd recommend Jim Brown Company to my friends and neighbors. The reason being they have high-tech equipment, their service techs are well qualified for the job that they do, and they also send me a report after all the work is done so I know exactly what my unit's doing.
By visiting our showroom, you can learn all about our heating and cooling products. We'll educate you on your options and help you decide on the right solution. For total comfort at your home or business, choose Jim Brown Company. Quality service with a family name since 1964.
Diatley Dental Care is a family-owned dental practice. Doctors Irvin and Christina Diatley grew up in the Twin Lakes area and are proud to serve the community. With modern treatment methods and state-of-the-art technology, they are dedicated to providing exemplary care to patients of all ages. Our compassionate team consistently receives training above and beyond the standard of care.
We're changing the way you see dentistry.
Come be a part of our dental family.
Even on the most perfect day, the unexpected can happen. But with just one call to their local Red Ribbon expert at Overhead Door, they can get their garage door fixed or replaced in a jiffy.
Call Overhead Door Company of North Arkansas today in Mountain Home. At Letty's Mexican Restaurant, we are here to keep you safe during these difficult times, as well as serve you the best Mexican food in the area. That's why we've installed a convenient pickup window for all your to-go and pickup orders, as well as a covered outdoor seating area. Give us a call at 870-435-2532 to order your next meal. And don't forget, Letty's also provides catering for small parties or big events. Experience the best in Mexican cuisine. Letty's in Gassville.
Welcome back to the morning show on XL7-TV. We're visiting with the Mountain Home NJROTC Commander Allan Hale and Commander Vincent Kahnke, Commanding Officer, and Command Master Chief Ross McClellan, Chief of the Boat of the USS Arkansas to be in a couple of years. We just started talking about the boat, but we didn't discuss, exactly how it works. And you've got the Commanding Officer, Chief of the Boat. Just while we were on break, we were talking about your roles and what you do. And the Chief of the Boat does what?
Well, so I'm the enlisted liaison to the captain. Everything the crew needs, whether it's operational, personal, leave, whatever they need to talk to him directly, make sure that's all happening and keeping the team growing as we move forward into our upcoming sea trials in a few years.
Okay, and what kind of training does your crew go through? He said for the next couple of years before the boat's completed, you're going to go through training.
So as an organization, we have a large amount of very high fidelity, very nice trainers where I can take the crew, whether it's damage control through firefighting, flooding, whether it's attack center with entire watch teams, tracking contacts, submerged, surface, being able to operate or simulate operating a nuclear reactor. And I can train them over the next few years in any casualty situation you can think of. So when that time comes in a few years, we can put that team together with, as real world as a possible experience and then set the ship to sail safely.
Right. That sounds... You made it sound easy, but that sounds like there's a lot more to it than
kids are
when he's talking a nuclear reactor and how to handle one.
These kids are into video games and virtual reality simulators and all that, and our trainers are like, if that's what you're into, it made me actually miss it, Cobb, when you were talking about it. I was like, oh, I was there just a couple of years ago. But those virtual reality trainers, it put you in a real life situation, and then when it's okay if you mess up, because when you mess up, they just hit reset and we do it again, and we keep doing it until we can't get it wrong. And that's our motto at the ROTC unit. We practice until we can't get it wrong.
Yeah.
So you don't practice until you get it right the first time. You keep going, and those trainers are just state of the art, excellent. And then so when you are done training and you're certified, you go back on the boat, and Cobb takes his team back on the boat, and then they do it in real life, and it's a great experience.
Yeah, you talked about that the boat changes hands every couple of years, few years. Is there a reason for that?
Yep, there's a reason for that. So the commanding officer has to move on so other people can move up and get promoted. So every about 3 years or so, kind of 28 months is the nominal commanding officer tour on a submarine. And then what we're going to need to, for a couple different reasons. One, to make sure that all other commanding officers get a shot at being the captain. I can't have just one guy taking that spot forever.
Yeah.
And then I need to move on and do some other roles as well. So here in November, I am having my change of command here, so I'm turning over the reins, and there'll probably be 3 commanding officers of the submarine Arkansas at the time of delivery. So pretty neat process. That's just the way the process. I would love to be the captain that takes the boat to sea for the first time, but we're not quite there yet. So but what I do get to do, talking about the high fidelity trainers, so when I first joined the Navy, back in 1993, and we went underway, we would do navigation drills, and we would train, and we would essentially do audio tape recordings of us taking the submarine underway. And then we'd play them back in trainers, and we'd recreate what we did to try to train the next group of people coming out. Well, we've advanced over that time period to really, really high fidelity training. And now we can simulate getting a submarine underway, and you can't hardly tell the difference between being on a submarine underway and being in our high fidelity trainer. You get the full experience, and sometimes you can do a lot more in the trainer than you could do, because it would be pretty risky if you're doing it on the submarine in real life. So we can simulate combat, we can shoot weapons, we can have major fires, we can have major flooding, we can put the reactor and the reactor crew through some paces that we wouldn't do in real life. So pretty amazing opportunities that we get with state-of-the-art technology.
Yeah,
so,
you get real-world experiences, but with a little safety feeling that, but it's still dangerous. I mean, you're not simulating fire. I mean, there's fire there, right?
Well, we do have, Cobb, can you talk a little bit about our fire training?
Well, so definitely 100%.
Our
so
subject matter expert in that area. So
yes, sir. So, for the firefighting training, for example, I mean, you have to walk through a hatch very similar to the hatch we have on the submarine, and the entire compartment's on fire. And it's time for the team to then put it out. The flames are real, the heat's real.
Yeah.
And once you can properly put away the extinguishing agent, the fire will go out. But you have to put it out. Flooding's the same. You walk into an engine room lower level, and there's water spraying everywhere, cold water. And you have to cap all the leaks, or the level of the water will continue to rise until you can't any longer stand there and breathe. And then they'll shut it down, drain, and start over till you get it right.
Is what you see in the movies when they're capping like a pipe that's leaking, they actually have that handles and they wrap it around and pull it together. Is that real world?
Not too far off. There are some.
It's probably something newer.
It's actually the older stuff that's more reliable in the times of casualty, right? We have kind of some tar impregnated string that we're wrapping around if we need to. We have some wooden plugs that we're beating on with a hammer into the holes if we need to. But we also have some little better quality components and materials that are brought up to speed with technology that make this easier and safer, so we can stop flooding at a much higher pressure and quickly.
Yeah. So. Now, I wasn't sure. There's questions I want to ask, but I don't know what's classified and what's not. But a submarine is more about stealth, right? We don't know where you are and when you are and how long you're out there. But what can you tell me when one is deployed? Is there a certain amount of time? You don't know, a month, it's 6 months? Because I've heard that you can be under the water for as long as 6 months.
Yeah, typical submarine deployment is about 6 months in length. And I think the limiting component, I know the limiting component on that is running out of food or supplies. So we go underway until we need to come back and get some more food. But
you stay under for 6 months.
Sometimes. We have the ability to stay under for 6 months, but we like to pop up to the surface and take a look at the sun every once in a while and do some training. So. Well, plus get some fresh fruit and vegetables.
Yeah. I mean, that's a special person to be inside of a submarine under the water for a long period of time.
You have to be a little bit crazy to enjoy doing what we do. Okay. But we take pride in that.
Yeah.
You have to keep in mind we make our own water, we make our own air. We just can't make our own food. So as the captain said, that's the only thing that limits us.
Yeah.
I know from my experience, the only thing we ran out of ketchup one time, and we ran out of Irish cream coffee creamer. Just that one flavor. But other than that, I mean, if you have a good supply officer and he keeps things in wraps, you're not gonna run out of food. So we can stay out there indefinitely.
Yeah.
I say we like I'm still in there, Captain. You're making me trying to get back into the game.
Right. Well, you're doing that for a long period of time. It's not just all drills and being ready. I mean, what do you do for fun on a submarine?
Play cribbage.
Yeah, a lot of cribbage.
Really?
A lot of cribbage.
There's some sailors play video games. We have some video game systems that can be played not attached to the internet. So
yeah.
A lot of that, a lot of movie watching when we can, but training takes up probably 95% of our time. So
yeah,
if you can sneak in a quick cribbage game or card game or video game
or nap,
yeah, exactly.
Very
good thing.
It really seemed, we called the submarine a time machine when I was there, because you get underway, and when you're out there doing God's work on mission, doing what submarines are made to do, next thing you know, it's time to go home, to pull back in, and that 6 months just flies by.
Yeah.
Because you're doing like work out there that then you can't talk about,
Right.
And if the captain said he's been in for 30 years, right? So most officers that have been in for 30 years, their ribbon rack is like this. But you see ours aren't like that, because we were never there, we never did that, and you can't prove it, right? So if they were to award us for everything that we've done, right, then it would be public knowledge, and we can't tell you what we did, and we can't advertise it.
That's why I said submarine's all about stealth.
Exactly.
Nobody knows you're there. Nobody knows where you go. I mean, you can be sneaky, and
yeah, one thing I can tell you is we have the best submarines in the world.
Oh,
we have the quietest submarines in the world, and the Virginia class is the best of the best. So we are building Arkansas, which is the 27th Virginia class submarine. It's a fast attack. It is a Block 4 type of Virginia class submarine, and we're pretty excited about it.
It's very good.
That's cool.
It's 7:47. We'll go ahead and take a break, and we'll come back with more.
If you're looking for something wonderful and delicious, head on over to Paradise Cream for a homemade ice cream experience. With over 20 flavors like German chocolate cake and sea salt caramel, it's always homemade and delicious.
Paradise Cream has something for everyone and also carries dairy-free and vegan ice cream options. So whether you like it in a cup or in one of their homemade waffle cones, you're in for a wonderful dessert experience.
Located in Mountain Home next to Ramada Inn or at their Harrison address across from Pizza Hut and Castle Rental. Let Paradise Cream cater your next event, because you're on your way to paradise.
Well, folks, have you been trout fishing before?
Not since I was a little kid.
You'll do fine.
Hey, what are you doing?
Aren't you coming along?
See you downriver.
How do you start this motor? I've never been in a boat before.
See you downriver.
Well, folks, have you sold a house before?
Yeah, about 30 years ago.
Yeah. Oh, well, you'll be okay then.
You sure?
Where are you going?
See you at the closing.
Hey!
At the closing.
We should have called the Z-Team.
Mow, dig, haul. The L-Series compact tractor offers ultimate versatility, along with a great ownership experience and service that only your local Kubota dealer can deliver. The #1 selling compact tractor in Arkansas, and built-in quality and reliability for a great price. Talk to your local Kubota dealer today. Get the L-Series tractor for 0 down, 0% APR for 84 months.
For all your Kubota needs, visit Ozarks Farm and Lawn in Mountain Home.
Have you ever noticed every time you wash your car, you end up wetter than the actual car? Next time, run down to Car Care and let the friendly staff put a smile on your face. Car Care of Mountain Home has a variety of services to clean your vehicle's needs, inside and out. From a simple wash and shine to their outstanding detailed services. Located 1525 Highway 62 East in Mountain Home. Stop by Car Care Mountain Home today, because driving a clean car always makes you feel good.
When you think about Hospice of the Ozarks, it's our desire that you think about finding a way to live your life to the fullest while living with a serious illness. If you ever need help and support, we provide a team of healthcare professionals and volunteers that will support your physical, emotional, and spiritual aspects of life while doing the same for your family and caregivers in the comfort of your own home or wherever you call home. When you think about Hospice of the Ozarks, we hope that you grant us permission to walk on the journey with you. Your not-for-profit option since 1979.
When you're
Welcome back to the morning show on XL7-TV. We're visiting with the Mountain Home NJROTC Commander Allan Hale, and he has some great visitors. Commander Vincent Kahnke, Commanding Officer of the USS Arkansas, and Command Master Chief Ross McClellan, Chief of the boat. You put together a little video that we can show.
That was all of them.
Yeah. Okay, well, why don't we show them what they've done.
Be right back.
Hey Bomber Nation, Commanding Officer Adam Kahnke here with the crew of the submarine Arkansas. Thanks for partnering with us on board Arkansas as honorary silent travelers. We are excited to be part of Bomber Nation representing your school and the great state of Arkansas from Newport News, Virginia. Travel silent!
Travel deep!
Go Bombers!
Very good. Now, what I didn't see was a submarine sitting next to it. That's because it's underwater.
It's actually in the building in the background. That's a pretty big infrastructure there at Newport News.
Yeah.
Huntington Ingalls Industries, but they have several submarines being built right now. They can't show them all because of classification reasons, but
right. I can
lots of
understand
stuff
that.
going on there, and it takes a lot of people to build a submarine. Like I said, the most high-tech thing that we're building right now is probably a nuclear-powered submarine, and there are 25,000 workers at Newport News Shipbuilding in Virginia building those things. So they build all the nation's aircraft carriers, and they build about half of the nation's submarines. So lots going on there.
Definitely.
And my boss likes to refer to that submarine as the apex predator, and it definitely is. But if people aren't, maybe they don't want to join the military, or not ready to do that, or not qualified to do that for whatever reason, any help in making that submarine come to reality, if nuclear welding, pipe fitting, electrical work, there's tons of jobs in the submarine force right now, and we're trying to build that base and get back to where we need to be for the kind of what we call great power competition going on right now in the United States. So
yeah,
lots needed.
Definitely. Your crew is, I got the motto, Go War Pigs.
Yeah, I like to motivate our crew, and one of the cool things you get to do as commanding officer of a new submarine is you get to develop traditions. So, with the nod to the Razorbacks and a bunch of stuff going on, I call my crew members the War Pigs. Sometimes call my submarine the War Pig. We're developing a little drone. We call it the War Piglet. So, and Cobb is a big part of that. Getting the troops to rally around something. So if you want to talk about that, Cobb.
Well, so it took us, when we first started, we got the crew, our initial mandate we wanted to come up with was our motto. You heard it on the video. What we're going to call ourselves, what was the command going to be like, what was the culture going to be like moving forward that would represent Arkansas, represent the apex predator, high fidelity, or not high fidelity, but high strength of the vessel, and that's kind of where we came up with all of those things. And now we'll stay with the boat for the next 30 years.
Very nice. These boats, they make them every, 30 years. This one will go until like 2060. I think I read. It'll
33
be
years is the life cycle from delivery of the submarine until decommissioning.
Yeah, but any new tech that comes across, then it'll just change inside the original. And
yep, there's kind of a built-in refresh rate on a lot of the electronic hardware on board, so it's kind of pretty neat. So like your phone gets a new operating system, at a kind of predetermined interval, or whenever something needs to be patched, we kind of got some of that stuff going on in the submarine too.
Yeah. And you're talking about replenishing workforce, somebody that gets into welding, nuclear welding. That just dumbfounds me when you say nuclear welding. But is there different classified areas that you have to go through many steps to be able to work on a submarine?
Absolutely. So there are just, you can't tons of different specialties in
Yeah.
the shipbuilding area, and you can kind of work your way up as you get more and more skill set and become more and more specialized to work on the submarine. So we do like some of the probably, crown jewels of the United States right now are some of the high quality welders that weld the reactor components together for our boat, and they're in short supply.
Yeah. Now, is that the same as, say, like a Boilermaker that runs across the country that works on nuclear reactors?
I would say probably some of the same skill sets, but probably a little more specialized and a little more certified to do that type of specific work. So.
Yeah. I can't imagine working on a nuclear-powered submarine. Could you?
No.
Could you imagine doing that?
Well, you have to imagine that there's 150 guys, sailors, warriors that are depending on your weld to get home safely. And so that's a lot of weight on your shoulders, when you're and a lot of pride that you hold, that knowing that my weld is providing
holding it together.
Is holding it together, absolutely.
Most definitely. Now you've got a couple of events again today at 1500 at Dunbar.
Yeah, it's 3 p.m. for the civilian types. 1500, 3
Right.
p.m.
Yeah, I would have been doing the math here in a minute.
Yeah, at Dunbar, we'll be there, and the captain will be speaking to the community and giving them all the information. Be there for questions, and then a meet and greet, following. So.
Yeah, and then tomorrow at Bomber Stadium at 1600, which will be 4 o'clock.
Exactly.
The 30th anniversary of the NJROTC here in Mountain Home. So that's exciting.
Yeah, it's a reunion for all the prior cadets. So if you've been in ROTC anytime in the last 30 years, show up, get a hamburger, a hot dog, shake hands, find your picture on the wall, and then we're going to do an exhibition with one of our drill teams. The captain's going to adopt us in ceremonial fashion. We're going to read the decree that he made, or whoever made it from the submarine. He signed it, and he's going to adopt us in ceremonial fashion. We're going to do some gift exchange, and it's going to be a great time. So
very good.
Feel free to come out to that. It's open to the public, free of charge. The food's there till it runs out.
Very good. Now, in the last few minutes that we have, what kind of teams does the NJROTC have in the competitions they do?
Okay, I have 11 competition teams. We have unarmed and armed regulation drill and exhibition drill. Regulation, there's a card they have to do exactly what's on the card, and then they get judged on how well they do that. The exhibition, they make up their own routine, and then whoever has the coolest routine basically wins that.
Yeah.
I have a competition color guard. I have an athletics team. I have a Raiders team, which is an obstacle course team. We have air rifle teams, and I know I'm forgetting. Oh, a drone team. We race drones. So we've got all those teams, and we go to competition. Our first competition is going to be in Willard, Missouri, at their ROTC complex, in the first weekend of November. So our drill season kicks off as soon as I get done escorting the USS Arkansas around the state.
Very good. On the Mountain Home High School website, you got the page. I see there's summer programs, science and engineering apprentice, summer seminar, Air Force Academy. What are some of these things that I'm seeing?
These are programs that are through either the Naval Academy, Air Force Academy, other organizations that cadets have access to, and we would recommend them to be selected for that summer camp, and then some of them are pretty expensive to go to, and we provide scholarships to some of them for the top cadet that's applying. So last year we sent to the Naval Flight Academy in Pensacola. They have a big National Flight Academy in Pensacola. We sent 2 cadets down there to that.
That's awesome.
Last year, and we also have our own summer camps that we do. Basic leadership training, leadership academy, at where we get all the ROTC units together and do that, and that's a lot less expensive. But there's great opportunities, and you have to be a cadet in the unit to be able to even get considered for it. So that's what those are all talking about.
Very good.
And Commander Hale, part of the reason we're here is if anyone has any questions on some of these programs, parents, students, or anybody interested, we are here to kind of talk through some of that stuff. So we've all had lots of experiences.
Absolutely.
I brought a pretty good mix of sailors with me that can talk to all that stuff. So.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Very
nice. Got about a minute.
Yeah. Final thoughts? Anybody?
I just think your state's beautiful.
Oh.
That picture of the White
Mountain Home's
River
the
was
best.
pretty
Oh,
amazing.
yeah.
And driving past and looking at all the fall colors, it's great being here in Arkansas. So thanks for having us.
Definitely.
Well, just as we're out on all our events, if you're not able to make the event, but you happen to see myself or any of our crew members around, please stop, say hi. We would love to chat with you and looking forward to meeting you.
Very good.
Absolutely. 1500, 3 p.m. today.
Yes, sir.
And 1600 or 4 p.m. tomorrow at the high school. Come see us.
They'll be at the junior high game too.
I'll be at the junior high game tonight as well.
Or tonight,
Sure.
yep.
Well, thank you for joining us this morning. We appreciate having you on. We appreciate your service. And with that, we're going to go ahead and head on out of here. You guys have a great day. Tomorrow we'll be back with Bob Rechtenwald in This Week in Sports and Bob Zadora in This Week in Real Estate. Have a nice day.